Alright, so I just recorded the tanky Jedi build, but let's go ahead and show you a bit of a Spanky or expertise setup, just in case you're not farming like crazy stuff and you don't have to have all that tankiness and you want to take stuff down quicker. Because we literally were just working on this one, so let's go ahead and reset our expertise. Starting to get kind of pricey. We'll take it. Oh, and there goes the buffs. We'll go ahead and head to Mos Eisley. We'll get ticks on an entertainer buff while we run through this. Yeah, because an LSJ, man, it is just so tanky that it is fun to throw some points into getting a little bit more damage out of it, switching up your 5-piece. Go ahead and reapply some things, get some of the buffs going. We're going to switch from our Guardian set to our Lightsaber Duelist set. Equip these as appearance to save a little bit of space in the inventory. Fuck. And Vision of the Future. So expertise for this one. Go ahead and get that strength. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get the agility. Sweep damage. Let's do the path first, because we're just skipping out an entire line of the path. We are not going down the crit defense, Hermetic Touch, Jedi Healing. We're just going to max out the other two trees. I mean, we'll come back to Anticipate Aggression, because that's just 8% damage reduction. I haven't run this build in a while, so I'm kind of remembering as I go here. We're going to get Force Cloak, because without having that huge heal, like, we kind of need that get out of jail free card. Go ahead and get that 10% on the saber throw damage. We're going to get our 8% melee damage increase. We're going to max out the crit, and we're going to escape combat. 8 more points to play with to get more DPS. We're going to actually go ahead and max out the saber block, because we can be a total glass cannon. Shockwave. We can max out that shockwave damage. And we can still get the 8% damage reduction. And yeah, we're going to go with that. You can play around with some of these points. Like, if you really don't want the shockwave damage, because that basically takes you from 1,000 to a 1,300 hit. So if you want to redistribute those points elsewhere, I get that. But yeah, you got to get... but you gotta get the melee damage increase and the crit increase. And you gotta have the sweep damage. The force throw damage and the shockwave damage, could probably live without if you wanted to toss some stuff in Beastmaster. I don't like mixing Beast Mastery with Jedi. That's just me though. So let's go ahead and commit these points. And get the abilities back on the toolbar. So I throw in Rage where I usually keep Guardian Strike, just to kind of always have that spot saved, because I'm generally running Guardians. I actually haven't run this expertise setup in quite a while. Get our Jedi stance going again. Oh, we got our saber block up. Let's get our flurry and our reflect. And no Hermetic Touch this time, so we'll just leave that blank. And let's go ahead and get buffed up. And no change to my Entertainer buff. Crit, Glance, full Kinetic, 12% second chance, 30 precision. With the old build, that 30 precision would get me just into 33% critical chance. But we'll still keep it. Let's get all of our other buffs going real quick. Now, with this build, we're not gonna run the Breath of Heaven. We're gonna switch to Burnout Sauce, because that has 211 strength and 40 precision. Because we're going for damage on this one. We are doing damage, damage, damage. Let's get our med buffs and we'll run through the stats. There we go. And we'll go to Axe of the Men this time. I like roaming around the outskirts of that, finding elders just around. And for secondary food, we'll I don't think the Night Sisters even do anything that I even need to pop one of these. I don't think they do a bleed or anything. Really, poison absorption if you come across some spiders. And still have a crystal, but we're not going to use the synapse, the biofocus, or the Aurelian crystals. We'll hold off on those. And Chamber of Banishment. Get our pups going. Again, lightsaber damage. Your shirt and your lightsabers should have crit chance, strike damage, one-hand lightsaber damage, look precision strength on your suit. Now, some people who really want to DPS out the light side Jedi, they'll get rid of their cloak and they'll actually wear armor and get a chest piece with lightsaber damage baked into the core and all that stuff. I figure if you're going that ham on DPS, you may as well just roll a different tune and not try and be a DPS LSJ. If you really want to be in a group and really contribute good DPS, make a commando or a spy. And again, we'll start with our saber reflect until we really start taking some damage. Then we'll... Now we're only dealing with the 5k heal, so we gotta pop. We do need to pop our saber block a lot quicker. But we still have that maxed out, so we're not taking too much of a hit. And as you can see, man, it is a stark difference in the amount of damage that you do. Let's try and find a little bit bigger of a mob. Yeah, here we go. That's a good little pile right there. Get the reflect going. And heal a little bit quicker than we normally have to, because again, we only had our heal was just cut in half. But as you can see, man, you tear through stuff a lot more quickly. You of course won't be able to handle as much, but it just depends on your play style. Because this really is a pretty fun build. We still got saber block up, so we're gonna head over to these guys. Yeah, as you can see, you tear through the mobs pretty quickly. And when you get your reflect up, your DPS goes a lot higher. Like in the old build, I was barely hitting over 4K, like barely getting to it with reflect up. And when you pull those big groups, you should be able to just break the DPS meter outright. Get this straggler. So yeah, you can still handle elite mobs pretty well. Wouldn't go pulling a crazy amount, not unless you're wanting to pop all your buffs. See if we can't find an elder real quick. I know there's one at the bottom of the cave, of course, but we'll just try and find one out in the wilds real fast. There is literally nothing out here. Sad. Well, let's go kill a couple crates. So in the tanky build, I had 4 on me, no problem. This build, obviously, 4 will be a problem. Since we're coming back out to the crates, we will pop our poison absorption. So let's just start with 2 and see how that goes. Get our familiar buff. And again, we still pop the reflect, so we have to heal, which we already did. And as you can see, even with 2, it becomes a little bit more of a struggle. I mean, that 5k heal is a serious downgrade. But we are chipping away much faster at him. So yeah, you can still take on a couple of crates, and take them down pretty quickly too. Now, if you are fighting Ancients or Grands, or any of the really big ones, pull a smaller crate onto you as well, so you can keep popping your sweep, because if it's just the really big ones, for whatever stupid reason, you can't use your sweep on them. You're out of the AoE range, according to the game. But yeah, guys, that's the Spankier build.